The Lazy Boy, a heartwarming story of hard work, responsibility, and second chances. Chapter 1, The Boy Who Hated Work. In the peaceful village of Greenfield, surrounded by rolling hills and golden wheat fields, lived a 16-year-old boy named Oliver. Everyone in the village woke before sunrise. Farmers worked in their fields. Blacksmiths forged iron. Bakers prepared fresh bread. Children helped their parents before going to school. But Oliver loved only one thing: sleeping. If sleeping were a profession, he would have been the richest man in the kingdom. Every morning, his mother knocked on his bedroom door. "Oliver, wake up. The sun is already high." Oliver would pull the blanket over his head. 5 more minutes. 5 minutes always became another hour. His father, a hard-working farmer named George, often sighed, "My son, laziness is like a slow poison." Oliver laughed. Why work today when tomorrow is waiting? Everyone smiled at his joke, but his parents worried. Chapter 2, The Easy Life. Oliver never wanted to work. If there was firewood to collect, he disappeared. If there were animals to feed, he suddenly felt sleepy. If there were dishes to wash, he claimed he had a headache. His younger sister Emma often completed his chores. His mother became exhausted. His father grew disappointed. Yet Oliver believed life should always be easy. One afternoon, he lay beneath a large oak tree watching clouds drift across the sky. He imagined becoming rich without effort. One day, he said to himself, "I'll find treasure. I won't need to work." Little did he know, life had other plans. Chapter 3, The Wise Old Gardener. At the edge of the village lived an elderly gardener named Mr. Benjamin. His garden was famous throughout the region. Flowers bloomed in every season. Fruit trees bent under the weight of delicious apples and peaches. Even vegetables seemed happier there. Curious, Oliver asked, "What's your secret?" Benjamin smiled. "There is no secret. I simply care for my garden every single day." Oliver frowned. "That's too much work." The old gardener laughed. "The harvest always belongs to those who plant." Chapter 4, The Unexpected Challenge. One autumn morning, George became seriously ill. The village doctor ordered complete rest for several weeks. Without George, the farm stopped moving. The crops needed harvesting. The animals needed feeding. The fences needed repairing. Oliver's mother looked at him with hopeful eyes. "It's your turn now." Oliver panicked. "I don't know how." His mother gently replied, "Then today is the day you learn." Chapter 5, The First Failure. Oliver reluctantly entered the fields. The work seemed endless. Within an hour, his back hurt. His hands ached. His clothes became covered with dirt. By noon, he collapsed under a tree. "This is impossible." Meanwhile, dark clouds gathered. Heavy rain began falling. Because Oliver had delayed harvesting, much of the wheat became soaked and spoiled. That evening, his father quietly said, "Every delayed responsibility eventually becomes a greater burden." Those words stayed in Oliver's heart. Chapter 6, A Hard Lesson. The family earned far less money that season. They had to spend carefully. There were no new clothes, no village fair, no celebrations. Oliver saw the sadness on his mother's face. For the first time, he realized laziness affected more than himself. It hurt everyone around him. That night, he couldn't sleep. Chapter 7, The Beginning of Change. The next morning, before anyone called him, Oliver woke up. He quietly walked outside. The sunrise painted the sky with orange and pink colors. Birds filled the air with cheerful songs. For the first time, he noticed how beautiful mornings really were. He picked up a shovel. Without being asked, he started working. His mother smiled through tears. His father silently thanked God. The king's representative visited. He admired the healthy fields, the strong animals, the beautiful orchards. When he asked who managed the farm, everyone pointed toward Oliver. The representative smiled. "You have become an excellent farmer." Oliver answered, "I simply stopped waiting for tomorrow." The greatest reward. Years passed. Oliver became known as one of the hardest working men in the valley. Young children often asked, "Were you always this hardworking?" He laughed. No, I was once the laziest boy anyone had ever met. The children always looked surprised. Then Oliver would tell them, the hardest job isn't lifting heavy stones. It's getting yourself to begin. Chapter 12, A Lesson for the Next Generation. When Oliver became a father, his own son once complained, I don't want to work today. Oliver smiled. He took his son to the old apple tree. It had grown into a magnificent tree filled with sweet fruit. Do you remember planting this? His son asked. No, you were too young. Oliver picked a ripe apple. This tree exists because someone chose to work when the results couldn't yet be seen. Every dream is like this tree. If you refuse to plant today, you'll have nothing to harvest tomorrow. Final wisdom. As Oliver grew older, he wrote these lessons for every child in Greenfield. 1. Laziness steals opportunities long before you notice they're gone. 2. Success begins the moment excuses end. 3. Small daily efforts create extraordinary results. 4. Responsibility builds character. 5. Every great achievement starts with one small step. 6. Time is life's greatest treasure. Use it wisely. 7. Hard work today creates comfort tomorrow. 8. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. 9. Helping your family is one of life's greatest honors. 10. The best version of yourself is built one day at a time. Epilogue. Many years later, travelers passing through Greenfield admired its flourishing farms and beautiful orchards. In the center of the village stood the magnificent apple tree that Oliver had planted as a young man. Its branches stretched wide, offering cool shade, sweet fruit, and shelter to birds and weary travelers alike. Whenever children asked why the tree was so special, the elders would smile and tell them the story of the lazy boy, the boy who once avoided every chore, but who discovered that the greatest rewards in life belong not to those who wait, but to those who begin. And beneath that tree, Oliver would often remind them, dreams don't come true because we wish for them. They come true because we work for them. One faithful day at a time. The end.